What it do, baby? What's up, guys? Welcome back to my channel. If you are new, my name is Isaiah, better known as Call Her Zay on YouTube, Instagram, Twitter, wherever you want to find me at. That's what my ad name is. Today I recorded this very pretty, it's like sort of kind of transitioning into fall, because we do have some like burgundy and purples and yellows, but it still looks kind of summery because it is still warm where I am. But yeah, talk through. So, you know, grab some snacks or whatever, and let's just get right into the tutorial. So first, we are going to start off with a base, okay? A base is very important for several reasons. First off, if you are a woman of color and you are any darker than me, colors are very hard to show up on your skin without a base. Start out with a very light or even white base, depending on the look you're going for. I don't want you guys to focus on the exact product, just focus on what I'm actually using. So today I'm using a concealer, doesn't matter the brand, and it's very, very light. Like, it's much lighter than my skin. I'm going to first start off by carving underneath our brow. Now, this is just so you can clean your brow up and give it a very nice shape. And now, if you're not very comfortable with doing this, you can also lift your eyebrow up. You see, it's much easier to get to your eyebrow. And then pull the product down. The reason we're pulling the product down is because we don't want all that product caked up right at our eyebrow, right at our arch. You see how that just transformed my eyebrow so much, and I didn't even do anything really? And then we're just going to take some more of the base and put it on our eye, okay? Just like that. So for our next step, you want to, the concealer in place to remove the excess product and have a very smooth base, okay? You don't want to, you never want to just start packing on eyeshadow on a base that's not smooth. You could use a sponge, you could use your finger, whatever you need to do, but make sure you pat that product in there, okay, sis? Now, I'm taking a burgundy shade. This is the ColourPop All I See Is Magic palette. Looks like that, it's really dirty. Like I said, don't focus on the products, just focus on what I'm using. A very burgundy shade. A very burgundy shade. And we're going to pack that into our crease, okay? Now, in order to find your crease, if you're not a makeup connoisseur, right where your eyeball is hollow at, that's where your crease is, okay? Now, depending on the look you're going for, if you're going for more of a dramatic cut crease, I would recommend blending higher than your crease. But since I'm going for a more beginner friendly, not so dramatic, everyday look, then we're not gonna exaggerate our crease. Whatever, but you want to build that color up. I like to pat first just so I can get my initial shape, and then I will go back in. I'll go back in. Now that we have something that looks like that, we're going to begin to blend the outer corner, the edges out, so that we can have a seamless blend. Now, I want to emphasize the fact that makeup and eyeshadow especially is a process. It is not going to take you 10 minutes on your first try. It's blending, back and forth, blending and checking and blending and checking and going back over colors to make them look how you want them to look and all of that good stuff, okay? So you have to have a lot of patience when it comes to blending. Also, I forgot to show you guys the brushes I'm using. So for my eyes, for this, I use a pencil brush. I guess that's what it's called. It's very tapered. It's very dense. It's very good for packing on shadow in a very precise spot. You don't want a brush that looks like this. You see, it's very fluffy. The bristles are much more fluffier than this. I don't know if you can see, if you can tell the difference, but one is a lot more dense than the other. You wouldn't use a brush, you wouldn't use a fluffy brush to pack on eyeshadow on one specific spot, because a fluffy brush is going to disperse the product in all over, and you don't want that. So to blend out my edges right here, you see that? I'm using it is a fluffy brush, but it's smaller. So it's fluffy, but it's still precise so that I can blend, but only in a small area. And this one is actually the Real Techniques Essential Crease Brush. And when I tell y'all, this is definitely essential, okay? I'm taking a hot pink shade, if you guys can see that. And I'm going to go and I'm going to start blending. When I say blending, when I say blend out the edges, I'm trying to be as detailed as possible. I'm taking my brush, and it's 50% on the burgundy shade and 50% on the space that is left, okay? And that's how you blend a shadow together. If you put a color right on top of your first color, it's not gonna blend together. Well, I mean, it will eventually, but it's gonna cause you a lot more work and time. Okay, now that we're done that, you see it still looks completely different from like this dirty old rag. I got it from the Dollar Tree. I think it's for cleaning off car windows, but it does the job, okay? And I just swirl my brush around and I pick up my next color. So to finish off blending out the outer corner to give it that more orangey-ish color, I'm dipping into an orange and I'm dipping in a yellow. And I'm going to go directly on top of that pink. That's how I got those shades. I just was like playing around with colors. So we're just going to continue to blend that until it's to your liking. I want you guys to notice how lightly I'm holding my brush. I'm letting my brush move by itself. If you hold your brush up here, you are going to be doing a lot of work. You have a very small amount of control when you hold the end of the brush, okay? You want to put it in your crease and you just want to circular motions, like you're doing swirls on your eyes. Like do 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 do, swirl it, swirl it, swirl it, blend it, blend it. Into my brow bone. I like my eyeshadow. I personally like my eyeshadows to go all the way up into my eyebrows. All the way up into my eyebrows, if you can take notice, they go pretty far up. If you don't like that, then you don't have to do it. I mean, makeup is your art. I'm not here to direct anybody in a way that they don't want to be directed. So if you want to do something differently than me, you can. Period. I am going to cut the crease, going back in with the same concealer we used before my crease. Like, before I learned how to overdraw my crease, I didn't really know what I was doing, okay? But this is the most foolproof way to get a cut crease that suits your eye, is by putting on the product on your lid. Because on the days that I'm being lazy, this is what I do. You just put the concealer on your eyes and look up, look around. And look at that. You have a real nice cut crease shape going. So this is your guide. This is where you want to cut your crease at. If you have hooded lids, you can always overextend your crease, but for now, this is what we're gonna do. I can make a whole separate video on eyeshadow on hooded lids, because that's really just sorry. Pretty much you just want to pat the concealer on. If you notice that your concealer is getting slightly thin and hard to work with, just pick up some more product. And that's pretty much it. I don't go all the way to my corner when I'm doing a shadow when I'm doing a look that's gonna have a darker shadow on the outer V. I don't usually take my concealer down. If I'm doing like a glitter cut crease or something of that sort, I will fully cut my crease, you know, all the way down like that, color it all in. You want to make sure that your base is flat, smooth. To use a sponge, use your finger, use a brush. I'm using a concealer brush that looks like that. Do what you need to do, but make sure your base is real flat and nice. Otherwise, your shadows are gonna look real cakey. All right, to finish off my eyes, I'm going to be taking this yellow and this orange. Come on, show it up right here. This yellow and orange. I'm gonna mix those shades together. I'm gonna put that in my inner corner. You ladies want to make sure you're looking down, and if you do have hooded eyelids, slightly hooded eyelids, you want to make sure the crease is smooth, so that way your eyeshadow goes on smoothly. But we're just gonna pack that on. I hope you guys can see. Yeah, baby. We're gonna pack the yellow and the orangey shade on. I was trying to stick with using like the same palette just in case somebody wanted to know what I was using. Most of the colors came out of the NYX Brights palette. My brush, I'm taking the same brush, I don't care. One side is for the yellow, one side is for the pink. We're gonna take this hot pink shade, and I'm hoping you guys can see this. I'll zoom in if you can't. I'm just going to pack that pink right on top of the yellow, and I'm going to make my eyes symmetrical. But if you can see, the pink is pretty much already blended. Just that simple. Can I have love? Give me love. Thank you. Oh, thank you. Now lastly, I'm just going to take the purple shade and the red shade. I'm gonna mix those together slightly to give me like a more burgundy-esque look, but it's mainly just the purple. All right, just one last pass of the pink to blend it in with the purple. And your eyes are pretty much done, just like that. I'm going to add some eyeliner and my lashes, and I'll be right back.